These are the brand new signature boots for Kylian Mbappe, and today I'll tell you everything you need to know about them, plus of course show you what they look like in action out on the pitch. And if you like them too and you want to buy a pair, you can do so in the link right up there and in the description. Let's do this. But first things first, have you subscribed to the channel yet and turned the notifications on? Well, if you have, thank you. If you haven't yet, well, you're missing out. So go do it. Thank you again. Anyways, the design. I don't think it's a secret that Kylian likes his bold boots, and this design is definitely no different. But funnily enough, it might also be that this is the most subtle out of the signature boots Nike have made for him so far. But the design itself actually takes inspiration from Kylian's African heritage, more specifically his Cameroonian descent on his father's side and his Algerian descent on his mother's side. Now, as for the colors and the patterns themselves, Nike haven't really specified where that inspiration exactly comes from, so honestly, I'm a little bit in the dark here because I'm no expert on African patterns. But what I can see from Googling a bit is that these patterns and colors are present in both Cameroonian and Algerian traditional wear. So there might be some inspiration taken from that. So we see those patterns both on the heel, obviously in the Air logo, but also as this very subtle purple shiny tone-in-tone pattern on the matte purple coating itself. It's really hard to see actually, but it's there, and it's a nice subtle little detail. It's about patterns, this one. But like I said, I'm not really an expert on this topic, and quite frankly, I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you happen to be an expert on the matter, or you just see any reference in there to Cameroon or Algeria or whatever, let me know in the comments, please, so we can find out if there are any solid references or if Nike just chose the colors and the patterns because they thought it looked really cool. Which is definitely also a possibility. But what doesn't take much expertise to see the reference in is this little wave in the swoosh, which is obviously an M for Manchester United.
What?
I'm just kidding. For Mbappe, obviously. We also get these little M waves in gold on the lateral side of the toe box, pretty cool. And then of course we have Kylian Mbappe's KM logo on the heel, the tongue tap, and on the sock liner, which, I mean, they're there. It has to be there, it's a signature boot, but I like the fact that the logo isn't massive. Meaning that even if you're not a gigantic Mbappe fan, you can still wear these if you like them without the logo being too much in your face, screaming, Mbappe! And I'll be honest, I'm actually quite vibing with these. I love the burgundy base color and the gold accents are pretty cool. And despite the fact that there is a lot going on, let's be honest, on the boot, I do think that from afar, they actually have a little bit of touch of classiness and elegance about them as well. I also have to be honest though, my first thought when I saw these was FC Barcelona. Barca! 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 And while I'm 110% sure that there's no reference to Barcelona on the design whatsoever, let's just play with the thought that Mbappe had indeed gone to Madrid this summer. I mean, there's no reference, but would Nike then have scrapped them? I don't know, but it's a funny thought. So from a performance point of view, there is nothing new under the sun. It's a Superfly 9 as we know it, meaning you get this very soft Vaporposit Plus upper, which is super comfortable and also offers pretty good lockdown. And of course, you also have the Zoom Air unit in the sole, which gives this very unique and slightly more connected feel with the boot that you kind of have to try to really understand. Really awesome. But what's also cool is that while Mbappe still wears the Superfly version, Nike have also decided to make this design as a Vapor 15, meaning that if you love the design but you don't love the sock, you can still wear the boot, which is kind of cool. Smart decision. But the new colorway here is also the fourth dedicated signature boot for Mbappe that has been publicly released, at least. The first one, as you might remember, is the Bondy pair, which is inspired by Mbappe's old neighborhood of Bondy in Paris. And which was also, by the way, just a side note, extremely cool. I love that. The second was the Pinkberry, as a reference to that colorway of the Mercurial Vapor 4, which was also one of Mbappe's favorite Mercurials as a kid. Now the third one, we got that last year, is called KM Flames because Mbappe thinks that flames equal speed. So there's that. And finally we have the latest colorway here, which I mentioned it earlier, but looking at the 4 boots, it might be the most toned down out of all of them, which when you look at it, says a lot about how crazy the designs have been. But if we're looking at the coolness factor, I mean, it's hard to beat these, right? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But it has to be this one. Right? So my friends, Mbappe's 4th signature boot, which you can of course, as always, buy on Unisport in the link right over there. But what do you actually think, and where does it rank against Mbappe's other signature boots? As always, let me know in the comment section right down below. And then remember that if you want to learn how to play a little bit more like Mbappe, there's also a video right down there, which you should totally check out as well. And with those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.